Very good afternoon to all. I'll off my video for technical reasons. Welcome all to the afternoon session on the occasion of second session, that is afternoon session. Sanskrit School of Engineering Puttaparthi AICTE sponsored online 1-week short-term training program STTP Series 4, which has started from 7th and it's going to continue till 12th of December. And the theme is role of artificial intelligence in engineering applications. We are on day 2 in the afternoon session. I take a privilege in inviting the speaker for the session, Dr. Lata Parthiban. She is professor and head in CSC department, Pondicherry University. And she is going to talk to us today on artificial intelligence with data science. Very, very interesting topic. I would like you to all focus on the profile of the speaker. She has 22 years of teaching experience in engineering colleges in Chennai. I request the participants to mute, please. Kindly mute. I request the participants to kindly mute. There is some disturbance. Please mute. Kindly mute. Kindly mute, please. Dr. Lata has experience of 22 years in teaching in engineering colleges in Chennai. And in her credit, she has published 108 international and national journal papers. And she has published 6 books with international publications. And she has guided 18 scholars who were awarded with the PhD. And presently, she is guiding 7 PhD scholars. She completed a research project titled Predicting Subcellular Localization of Proteins with CANFIS, sponsored by Computer Society of India, and presently engaged in a project on emotion detection with MHRD. She completed 2 consultancy projects for foreign agencies. She also got Best Paper Award in IEEE Conference IAMA 2009 and NCASG 2013. She is editor-in-chief of International Journal of Human-Machine Interface of Artificial Intelligence Association of India. She is a member of 5 professional societies like IEEE, CSI, IACSIT, IAE, and ISTE. She has reviewed sponsored project proposal for Science Foundation, one of the leading scientific organizations in the world. Organizing committee member of many IEEE international conferences, and she has reviewed textbooks for leading publishers like Oxford. She also reviewed papers for many international journals, including IEEE, Elsewhere, Springer, etc. Madam, we welcome you for the session, and hope our listeners will really have a learning experience. I request you to take over, Madam. Dr. Lata Parthiban, Madam.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank all the participants here. I think many more to join, madam. Or shall we start?
Ma'am, shall we start, ma'am? In between, they'll join, ma'am. No problem.
Okay, fine. Can everyone visualize my screen?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible first.
Okay, thank you. So I'll be talking more about artificial intelligence and data science today. Actually, I have split it into 2 sessions where I'll be dealing with the main applications of artificial intelligence and to some extent how data science is going on. You know, data science is growing every day, and we will some basic part of it. So to start with, most of us who would have studied about artificial intelligence, now we are seeing the applications of artificial intelligence growing in our day-to-day life. We know that AI is basically the concept of making our missions intelligent. When we try to make our mission intelligent like a human, we say that we have put artificial intelligence in that, and all our robots, etc., are paving way for new technologies like driverless vehicles, etc. So basically, we say artificial intelligence is the use of computer to model the intelligent behavior of human beings without any intervention of human beings. You know, the technology of creating belongs to humans, but how the machine behaves depends on the technology we are creating. If the technology is not clear, then obviously there will be a failure of intelligence there. So we have to be very clear and very careful when we are designing any artificial intelligence systems. So basically, our idea is to create machines which are intelligent like humans, capable of solving all our problems, and automatically decides things. That is what we decision-making systems. What we are having today in more medical systems, we are designing using the artificial intelligence only. See, basically, our advantage of using machines are it can retain the information like our human being. You know, human being has limited capability where brain can store some quantum of data, and over a period of time it becomes smarter. See, one difference between human and machines we can say is, see, when we are walking along a path, a human being can never take the same path. Can we put our machines in the same path? Not possible. Whereas when we talk about the mission, it can retain its same path. So that becomes the main advantage of machines compared to human beings. A human being can never trend on the same path what he has done before. When he walks, he can never say that his footprints are in the same angle, orientation, etc. But a machine can, a robot which is walking along a particular path can do it. So mission has many advantages compared to human beings. And again, the advantages of machines are it becomes smarter over a time, and it's not susceptible to sleep deprivations or information overload, etc. So artificial intelligence is a valuable commodity. So presently, many of us who are doing talk about swarm intelligence, we talk about ant colony optimization, then so many optimizations are there. Particle swarm optimization. We look into the intelligence of ants or intelligence of swarm of birds, etc. Then lions, all these things we are analyzing their behavior to find a optimum result. That's what we are doing today in the name of swarm intelligence, and we try to make our machine intelligent. So even though we are analyzing so many things and we are creating new algorithms and making our machine intelligent, still lot of area are remaining to be explored. We talk about so many games, driverless cars, etc. But you know, we are in the growing arena only, and in many places we see the intersection of AI and robotics. Everywhere we see with the emerging trends, you have technologies of big data merging with the AI, robotics and IoT merging with AI. So, you know, in future, obviously, we'll be seeing most of them side by side. Most of the technologies working side by side we'll be able to see in near future. So artificial intelligence has become an important part in our lives. Slowly, it is penetrating into our everyday activities. AI is becoming playing an important part where, you know, we look into all our agendas into Alexa for our day-to-day activities and what we plan. Everything we are moving into very fastly, moving into AI. And we can see prominent figures like Bill Gates and Steve. They have given, you know, we have to be very careful about artificial intelligence. The reason is we think everything is positive, but you know, we can also move into a area where we will be dealing with the foolish things. You know, if it goes in a wrong way, if emotions are introduced into robots, you know, some movies have come in that arena also. If emotions are given to machines, they will start behaving like humans. So there, all these places we will be finding the negative impacts of artificial intelligence. So potential risks are there in AI, but still, you know, every day we are improving in the positive side. Lot of regulatory problems are there in AI. Some of the areas we have listed here, but everything is important research in its own area. All these problems are slowly getting you know, improvements. Like all these regulatory problems are getting solutions every day with more and more research in that. Like when we talk about self-driving cars, you know, US technology, US Department of Transportation has given many regulations, and they have started using AI-driven vehicles, where you know, a lot of cars are there. You know, in countries like US, they have started using this AI-driven vehicles without any drivers. And they have found that without drivers, highest version of vehicle can drive, whereas lower version needs a human driver to be at the wheel. So slowly they are migrating to create self-driving buses, taxis and planes. Similarly, in the field of cybernetics, if we see robotics is coming, is using, obviously robotics need lot of help from AI. For example, we can say a very simple application where robots are used to pluck mangoes from the mango trees. In countries like India, where we have lot of human population, we have lot of human population, so we have human beings who can pluck mangoes and do all these things. Whereas in countries like Japan, where population is very less and the elderly population is more, they need these robots. They are, in fact, they are using it for the past 50 years, AI-driven robots for plucking mangoes from the trees. They are using these, for these mangoes have an image processing facility where they, with the sensors, they capture the image mangoes and pluck it and give it to the owner. So, you know, like even when we use these simple things for day-to-day activities like plucking mangoes, we can imagine to what level robotics is used in warfare. So AI is becoming very much useful to create functional robots. Obviously, we know that AI technology, when used with the robots, we can have drones, and you know, when we have hazardous tasks also, we can use these robots. For example, when we have Kalpakam Atomic Research Center, there are places where humans cannot go. So this AI-driven robots can go and do the work instead of humans, and potential health risk to people using these can be avoided. So we can see that AI is entering into our lives in the personal level also. Like we are moving towards a society which is becoming AI driven society, and we are using computers for everything, and we think that we move towards a healthier and happier life, but because computers are helping us to conserve time, energy and money, but the fact is, if we are full today's pandemic situation, where all the school children are sitting with the computers all 10 to 12 hours a day, what is happening? So it we cannot rely on computers for everything. We should not be dependent on computers for everything, and we should know that AI technology is helping us. Everything is a tool for us, but we should not have 100% reliability either on the computer or on the AI technology we are using. We should try to do all our works so that we become more healthier and happier. They can reduce our burden, but it should not be like everything is done by them. That we should take care. We know that Alexa, Echo, so many AI driven personal assistants have come, and they remind us that you do this, you do this, you do this. It is fine for over a period of time, but if this happens a habit, see, we are into this technology for past 4 or 5 years, let us are using this virtual assistant from the time they go to school, for from 5 years to 50 years, we will become a dependent on the mission, or we will become a dependent on the virtual assistant we are using. So we should take care that this doesn't happen. We need AI driven virtual assistant, but it should be stopped at the level of assistant only, and it should not be completely, we should not become a dependent on this assistant. That should be taken care. So AI responses will be more emphatic. In fact, when we visit a website with a chatbot, we can see we know AI software allows chatbots and personal assistants to answer our questions, to give response. Let us say we wanted to analyze a speech or interpret our needs. If we wanted to buy something, we use, obviously when you wanted to buy a AC or washing machine, we try to see the reviews, and we try to consolidate the reviews. All these are AI driven, and all technology where we try to find a result. Similarly, in future, they say that caring for children and the elderly will become more easier with robots and virtual assistants, where like we, for elderly, somebody has to be there full time with them, and similarly for children, somebody has to be there full time with them, and then for the elders who are there at the home, they should be taken care by some robots or some virtual assistants, and if they need any help, humans can be called. Whatever small help the robots can do, it can be done by them. Then obviously we will be needing a elderly, some help from the humans. See, actually in all houses, what happens is, we present day scenario is, child will be parents will be here, children will be abroad. So how to take care of the parents? They reach out for the elderly home, similar to crutch for the children. So how they predict that all these will be made much easier with the help of the virtual assistants and robots. With the help of our artificial intelligence, all these will become more easier. Similarly, the face will become an ID. Like in future, when we go to our office, they are asking us to keep our. We will be easily identified with our face. So they say face will become a ID in future. We cannot like wherever we go, we can be easily tracked. Similarly, credit card, driver license, everything will be linked to the face because we use pattern recognition technology to identify the similarity. Again, AI-driven technologies are used for this. Actually, what is this cognitive AI and what is this cognitive agents? We know we know about this agent technology. AI survives on agent. Initially, they into picture, and now maximum we use this cognitive AI agents because they have powerful reasoning capability to solve more complicated problems. We work into this multi-agent system where each agent we know it can do only one specific work, and when we have to coordinate the work, we use multiple agents and we bring them together. So cognitive agents will help in next generation intelligent systems. So so many things are there. Cognitive thinking, we have to in next generation when we have this cognitive things are we can think of. Virtual reality may come into picture. In fact, this cognitive agents help in implementing this cognitive intelligence, and previously unsolved problems can be solved with the cognitive AI systems to create many business opportunity, and everywhere we'll be definitely using it. Cognitive AI will definitely help in creating societies of intelligence, and in case one system fails and we of strong backup, and we'll be having this AI expert with so many functions coming into existence. Many medical monitoring systems are using cognitive AI, where whenever a patient have a problem in you would have seen many missions monitoring the ECG, then EMG, everywhere they will be taking this, and if there is any problem in this, somewhere solution has to be got. What problem is created and how these can be solved or taken. Any imbalance, patients physical imbalance can be solved, and strain reduction, and similarly physical therapist can have a look into this. In fact, they are doing it. Cognitive AI is presently helping in therapists to solve problem, make a diagnosis and solve the problem faced by many patients. Actually, this cognitive system is basically a higher end of machine learning system, but it is capable of solving problems in an intelligent way. Involved in this. we can some other applications. See, actually, this cognitive AI research is going on in medical area because it is very much helpful to the society, and so many research is going on, and it is evolving, and this area is evolving, and some other applications we can see in warfare, where we have super tankers with IoT devices connected, how cognitive intelligence is helping them in predicting what they move unmonitored. So now with this technology, we are able to find out how they are moving. And many software applications are coming into picture, where AI is helping doctors in diagnosing and treating the patients. So we know that we have blood sugar monitoring devices which are helping patients monitoring by the doctor in a successful way. Similarly, patients' heart rate technology, communication can happen from the house where the patient is to the place where the doctor is, and from a distant place, doctor can monitor the condition of the patient and definitely treat them accordingly. And he can, the doctor can give advice to the caretakers so that proper medication can be given to them. In machine learning, machines are made to learn details and pathological variables. We in machine learning, what we do is machine is made intelligent depending on the real-time parameters captured from the human beings. AI basically, machine learning is a subset of AI, where machine learning needs all these parameters. AI uses these parameters. So that is why AI helps. Machine learning is a part of AI which is used for capturing the parameters and do the effective analysis. That's all. But AI, what it does is, from the beginning to the treatment, to the analytics part, it helps. So that is the biggest advantage of AI. See, we can innovations in biological and medical engineering. In 1950s itself, they had devised artificial kidneys, X-rays, ECG, cardiac pacemaker. So let's see how technologies have developed. Artificial intelligence. In 60s, you have this heart valve replacement, ultrasound, blood analysis and processing. In 70s, see this computer-assisted tomography came into existence. Then artificial hip and knee replacements. All these technologies have come. And in 1980s, MRI has come, laser surgery. Present day, we have genome sequencing. For a long time, we have similarly image guided surgery. And like in many places, even in India, this robots are doing surgery in an efficient way. Robots are doing operations in AIMS, etc. Previously, they have started using robots for doing operations. So, in future, we will be dealing with more such. There will be a time where you may be having at least 10 to 20% of robots doing operations under the guidance of a doctor. We don't know. So many new generation medical technology are combining different different technologies, and they are crossing borders, obviously. And we can see tissue related converging technologies. You have and material science. All these are combined, like converging technologies. We are slowly moving into an area where we need help of these technologies. So with these converging technologies only, we will be able to effectively do analysis. See, actually, way back in 1990s, when we were studying, like, medicine was seen as a completely different field, and we did not, there was no biomedical engineering, and the person like who needs when these two technologies doesn't converge, this biomedical engineering would not have come into existence, which is of great help to the society as on date. So there is need for converging technologies and better products for societal improvement. The application of AI in medicine has two main branches, basically. One is called as the virtual branch, and another is called as the physical branch. See, we have highly repetitive work. Major population in India has diabetes. Their treatment, is highly repetitive. If the doctors are doing analysis for everyone, if we are able to help the doctors in some way, empowering them with AI technology, they can do the treatment in a faster way. They can deliver. So this technology is basically, the idea of AI technology is to empower people in their profession so that work is done in an easier way, effective work is done in so replacing personnel and staffing in medicine, it is very difficult, obviously. We are all aware of deep learning, which is a higher end of our artificial neural network. Present in the neural network, we are getting much better results. So that is the reason why almost all our technology that were using neural networks have moved into deep neural networks. So AI in medicine, as I told, it has a virtual branch. This machine learning, where obviously you have a lot of mathematical algorithms that improve learning through experience. The main machine learning algorithm we use is unsupervised algorithms, all of us know the difference between the three machine learning algorithms: unsupervised, supervised, and reinforcement learning. Supervised means you have a tutor there. The previous examples, that is already some tutor has said this is the input, then this is the output. So we know the input as well as the output. So based on the previous examples, classification or whatever it is done. For example, in medical field, if diabetes level less than this, then this person does not have, if sugar level less than this, diabetes is not there. Like that, they categorize, no? So has already told that, some supervisor has already told that this is the input and this is the output. In unsupervised, based on the pattern, the computer decides and classifies. So that is the unsupervised method. And this reinforcement learning, depending on the rewards and punishments from. So these three technologies comes under virtual branch. So physical branch and virtual branch becomes a very important application of AI in medicine. Virtual branch, we are able to, virtual branch, you can see in this screen, so many people waiting. Treatment from the hospital, like obviously we in Pondicherry, we go to Jipmer for treatment, and you can see huge queues everywhere. Even though, like lot of doctors are available, you see very huge queues, completely getting treatment there. Patients need urgent help, doctors can see, whereas in places where some method is there to find a solution, we can slowly move on to that, where doctors are empowered with AI technologies, and they can work accordingly. So I told, we have deep learning technology that is coming in, and these are the main three types of machine learning technology. And if you see, when I talk about this supervised, unsupervised, most of us have seen this SVM, back propagation neural network. We would have studied that, and we would have worked on that also. In fact, I have worked with MATLAB, where and we are able to make some inferences, very good inferences from that. And obviously, so many analysis can be made with the real-time data sets that are present in the that are collected from the hospital and posted in the internet. This UCI machine learning repository. In this UCI machine learning repository, it is basically from America, where real-time data sets are put there. So researchers throughout the world can use those data for their analysis. Created. They can obviously use this technology and see what results they are getting and publish it, so that we may land up in a breakthrough somewhere. In India, slowly they are sensitive data. So like this real-time data are not captured and hoisted in the internet. If it is done, then definitely it will help researchers like us, and there will be a breakthrough where researchers can see if different countries in different places, the results, the patients thing will be different. Patients, we know that COVID was affecting US and UK much higher than what it has done to our country. So, the difference, how it happens, those things will be able to analyze if real-time data. Only few countries like UK, US, well-developed countries are putting their data in the internet. See, there is no need for putting the patient's name or anything of that sort. If for people who have worked with UCI, you would have known that they put patient's ID only. So we don't know who the patient is. But for analysis purpose, it will be one suggestion is, if researcher who is attending this seminar, if you have created, actually, if you have captured any data, or if you have got any data set from any hospitals or any place, then definitely you. One important field I would like to mention now, there is a field called pharmacovigilance. This field has more importance presently because of this COVID. Pharmacovigilance means based on a patient's a patient is taking a medicine. After taking the medicine, the patient has some adverse effect. So how will this become known to everybody? See, this is a very serious problem. The medicine is going throughout the world. See, whatever medicine that is created, it is to be taken by people. It is giving a very severe adverse effect. Persons are having heart attacks, etc., etc. So if it is not known to everybody, what will happen? Unnecessarily there will be loss of lives. So this pharmacovigilance, what it talks is, any person, any person, and they face an adverse effect, they are asked to give that details. They are asked to submit the details. In countries like India, what they find is, this transfer of information is very, very poor. So this pharmacovigilance field has been there in US and adverse effect due to a medicine, then that pharmaceutical company has to pay heavy compensation for the person who is affected. Whereas in countries like India, the technology has not grown, and even if problem comes, problems are suppressed then and there. Established pharmacovigilance centers in different parts of India presently to monitor the adverse effect. It was in some 7 to 8 years back only, they have put this data also in the net. So, for research analysis and all, this pharmacovigilance will be very. What are the adverse effect happening due to this COVID vaccination? Many pharmaceutical industries are coming out with their different medicines, what they have manufactured, and based on the test, what they are giving. So not be like England creates a medicine and that vaccination is sent to some other country and they are using it and they are facing the adverse effect. It should never be like that. Whenever adverse effect is realized in some part of the place, company has to take back their medicine, or they have to give an appropriate remedy for that problem what has occurred. So we can see that problems are getting very, very severe as on date because of internet. With technology only we are able to see all these things and rectify it, which is a boon for us today. With the AI and all these technologies coming into existence, we are able to see all these things. So the main benefits of this AI in clinical decision making, that is the person can give decisions based on that, replace the human judgment in certain areas like radiology and all, no, the decision making can in some these functional robots. Similarly, we are able to get information, up-to-date information from many journals, and we are sharing the information. In fact, we are doing research, then we are seeing part of the world, and when decision making, medical computer aided medical diagnosis is done for this data set, what is happening with this algorithm and with this AI algorithm, we are able to analyze easily. And with the experienced clinician, how the decision making system, we go in for analysis by experienced clinician who will be able to give a very good as a computer person, what we will be able to do, we will be able to say this input comes, that is the output, that will be, but interpretation, how this happens, how this so with this AI, we can say that 24/7 availability of experts will be there. See, the idea is not to make everything AI dependent. That is the main thing. See, you can very well see that whenever patient has chest pain, palpitation, or cough, everything are given to this. This is a deep neural networks we can have, and analysis is made and conclusion. Find that almost in all places with using convolutional neural networks, we see that deep neural networks give very good accuracy compared to all that result that were existing before, classification results that were existing before. It was reaching more than 80 in most cases. In rare cases, we'll be having less than that. Whenever we have be going in for complicated analysis and all. Early diagnosis can be done only by using this artificial intelligence in an easier manner. Early diagnosis of any complicated problem, which may turn into a complicated problem. So, this, it becomes very difficult for treating each and every person by a, for early diagnosis. One doctor can be there, and a group can be there, which can and whoever is having problem, they can be treated by a doctor. So early diagnosis can all these early diagnosis becomes easier with AI driven technology only. Prediction of outcome will be we can very well see that inputs have lot of parameters involved. Inputs have lot of parameters involved, and with any of these parameters, we can very well see that it takes lot of consumes lot of time to do this analysis for a patient, whereas it becomes very easier for a computer to do this work. So AI driven technology will be easier for doing whatever it is, it becomes easier with AI-driven technology. And similarly, we have to maintain a proper feedback on treatments with whenever there is a error in the treatment also, reduced with AI-driven technology. Comparatively, it gets reduced. That is the conclusion in many literature survey which talks about computer-aided medical diagnosis. Saving happens because of this AI. As I told you, this pharmacovigilance is a very good example. Pharmacovigilance, when when analysis is done, many drugs have been stopped in US. Even today, those drugs are used in India. That is something, which is very pathetic. Way back, 20 years back, because of this adverse drug reactions, the US government has banned having more complications. And immediately the pharmaceutical company were asked to take back their drugs. It was banned. But some of the drugs they have banned have found their way into and even now they are using those drugs. It is very pathetic to see that, slowly we will also move into an, see, people have to become aware. So if I take this Nemulite, this will happen. The government So all these things are happening because of the AI-driven technology that is into existence, that is growing, in fact. So AI is mainly useful because, what happens is with whereas in other technologies, it is just input and output. AI talks about the historical data. See, for example, let us say that this is the climate here in this country. So far, with a gap of 20 years, there was a heavy flood, etc., in this country. They are analyzing this. In a span of another 10 to 15 years, they'll be, mentally they'll be ready for another when we have a historical data, that becomes a very good advantage. So, very, when we have this AI system with the huge data in that, real-time data in that, accurate, the results will be more accurate. Similarly, this AI technology helps in real-time inferences for health risk alert. And based on the so AI in medicine, the physical branch includes physical object, medical devices, sophisticated robots for delivery of care, which is called care bots, and other. So this is a robot which is having all use of robots to deliver treatment. Robotic surgery is happening. Robotics to monitor. Things are improving in many ways. main growth drivers in healthcare using this AI, or it healthcare expenses presently we are, and when we use this care bots and all, you know, like more better results, and slowly we know that many operations foreigners are coming to India to do their operations. Obviously, you know, these computer assisted technologies helps in reducing the healthcare expenses. Large population is taken care, and the increased expenditure of global healthcare can be reduced, obviously, with nurses. And they say, you one thing they are New Zealand is recently I saw they are paying 4 lakhs per month for nurses because they are finding acute shortage of lakhs, all these things, with we don't pay here in India, they don't pay that much salary for the nurses. So countries are looking for nursing and technical staff in healthcare, mainly after this COVID, to take care of practitioners in doing their task with minimal human intervention. So this is very, very important. With minimal human intervention, computer aided technology can help. With this AI driven technology is high initial capital requirement. There is a potential for increased unemployment, but in fact we can see that for nurses and all these technicians there is heavy shortage, difficulty in deployment. Adapting to the new technology becomes a little difficult for the medical practitioners. It becomes okay with the time only. Lack of curated healthcare data. With this, with healthcare data, we'll be able to achieve many things. More analytics, more AI results we'll be able to get. And many regulations are there. All these things, proper manner. The potential challenges in this using AI are developmental cost, integration issues, a lot of ethical issues, reluctance among the medical practitioners. And whenever we talk about using AI, we are afraid of the data privacy and security. So lack of, we use different operating systems, different missions, their operate. So, and there should be a careful data exchange. Data should not be modified by any person in between. Whenever we talk of deploying our data, previously, everything was in the record. Everything is there in our, we can see everything in our monitor, and they put all the data in the server or in the cloud. And care should be taken that sharing the data is done properly, and security should be important. Unauthorized changing of data integrity, security, all these becomes a problem, which is obviously taken care. So data, during data exchange, the data should be, it should not be tampered in any way. look into. And the future Indian scenario, we will be very soon seeing. In fact, we can very well see that in Tamil Nadu itself, we are seeing there is more collaboration between the medical and engineering. Previously, in 1990s and all, they are going in a different way, and these people are going in a different way. Now, even our CTS, TCS and all, most of their projects are there in this area. And obviously, we find a slow collaboration to the results, what we are getting. Other problems, stop working alone and remove firewalls, government funding are there, and current status of medical records, as I told you, for us. Please go into this UCI machine learning repository and see. You will be seeing a lot of real-time data, even big data are there. When we create, we engineers, when we create we write an algorithm, we write a new algorithm, we wanted to validate that algorithm. With what we validate, we look into some, if we create a data set that is, that may not, we need only real-time data set. So we look into how so we go and look into real-time data set. These UCI machine learning repository, it is put by one university in US only. They have their medical school also. All type of cancer, and whenever these researchers are getting real-time data, they are also put in that place. So what happens is, whoever uses that data, they will be getting the results, and they obviously everything comes into picture. And we are also able to find whether the algorithm what we have written is useful for what type, used for identifying what type of disease. All these will be helpful for our researchers also. Very, very important. Data need to be captured in real time. Sorry. So if data, whoever is having the data, whoever is having the world, so that another person finding the data, everything becomes difficult. Create proper electronic medical health records for improving AI technology. So this AI technology has penetrated into many part of our lives. In fact, it has penetrated into all part of our lives, including everywhere, from our mobile phones, everyday. In present scenario, we are able to see that medical care will be having lot of requirements in future because of so many created viruses or are facing a very bad situation. We do not know how our medical care will improve to cater to the needs of all these newly created virus, and how it is going to face huge requirements and in this medical area mainly. So
Ma'am, we have doubt from the participants view, ma'am.
Okay, I will, because I'm going to the second part, I think we will clarify the doubts and move into that, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah.
What process, yes ma'am, what process is involved in partial order planning?
Ma'am, I am able to hear you.
Ma'am, what process is involved in partial order planning?
Actually, I will. We have 1 minute. Ma'am, you are able to see the screen, what I am showing you?
Yes ma'am, you'll have a virtual assistant.
Ma'am, you are able to see the artificial.
Yes ma'am, your PPTs are displaying ma'am.
Okay, artificial intelligence, you are able to see the screen now, ma'am. Okay.
No ma'am, the screen is like, you will have a virtual assistant.
Okay, virtual. Okay, fine. For actually, I think artificial intelligence
Ma'am, it's given ma'am.
application. No, not at that. Hello, ma'am.
Introduction is given from other resource persons ma'am.
Basic introduction was given along with planning, partial order planning and all was.
Yes ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible to you?
Now I can hear you, ma'am. I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes ma'am, it's completed ma'am.
It is completed. See, uh, artificial intelligence capability to learn and solve problem. In this, like we have thinking a rational agent and you have 3 agents, right? And in the planning, we have this partial order planning. Okay, depending on the usage, we will be doing this planning. Depending on the usage, we will be doing the planning. Intelligence, and the planning part is completed already. If any specific doubt is there, you can ask me. I was concentrating more on applications of AI. Actually, agents can be 4 types. As I told, simple reflex agent, all these 4 agents are there. And the robo. how you make you have a source and a target in another place. You have to plan to reach the destination. See, for example, yeah, let us take a medical. Doing a surgery. So it should know a patient is lying unconscious. It is doing a heart surgery, let us think. A doctor is looking over it. He is supervising. The depth, all these planning should be clearly fed into this robot. Only then it will be able to do the work properly. Similarly, if you go move right, move left, top, bottom, it has to go to that level and do the work. Only then it will be able to do that planning has to be done, no? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What is the exact question, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. They're asking about partial order planning. What process is involved in partial order planning?
That is what I'm telling you, no? In pick and place robot, you have to, it has to know whether it has to walk front or walk back, walk right or walk left, take a object, then place it to some place. When a pick and place robot, let us say that when we talk about plucking mangoes, those robots are flying, catching plucking a mango and putting it in some basket. So it has to know that to what extent it has to go. Many types of planning available with us. Okay, the type of planning depends on what work we are going to do. The type of planning depends on what work the robot is going to do. Work we are going to do.
Thank you, ma'am. We do have one more doubt.
Yeah.
Will artificial intelligence in future reach the state of self-perfecting intelligence?
Maybe ma'am, it may try to reach, but that is not good for us. It should be under the control of 100%. If it is able to do that, it will be difficult. Ma'am, I will be moving on to the next session, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for clearing our doubts.
Now open the editing. Now when I change it.
Hello. Hello. Ah, yeah, speaking, ma'am. Can you see the screen? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Screen is visible to us, ma'am.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay. The second part of our data science. We have not heard of this data science some 20 years back. This data science has come into existence because of the huge amount of data that is available with us. From our share market to our houses, our Google Earth is showing everything now, all the places. So with huge amount of data, this data science has come into existence, and Oracle and all, the amount of we talk about the structured data analysis with Oracle. But now with huge amount of data, as in the case of Facebook and all our Twitter and all, the thing was not, the data are not structured. So, with this, I thought of giving a small analysis on what is this big data and how this is useful for us. An introductory session. This data science is evolving like anything, and we know that lot of opportunities are available for our students to move into this area, and moreover research. The reason is because most of the area are unexplored. Wherever we are having analytics, we say that it is big data analytics. The reason is we are not able to store so huge. So what is this big data? Is it an approach, or is it a Hadoop is a technology? This big data now presently, we talk of big data with 6 V's and 7 V's. Megabytes, you can see this byte, kilobyte, megabyte, till gigabyte and terabyte we were using, but it has gone to the extent of pentabyte, exabyte, zettabyte. Gathered every day, and with these data, what we are going to do. So again, we can collect all these data and do some decision making. That will be one very useful to help us to do decision making. And so with this, slowly evolved our big data analytics, and data science obviously is supported by this AI. AI so much data, we try to conclude something. For this making conclusion, we need the AI technology. Again, we can see algorithms evolving every day with the data science. Hafting algorithms, no standard algorithms are there. With Hadoop technology, so much with the Hadoop, they would have known. Every day algorithms are coming, and in all fields they do this analytics. So the main so much huge. Recent 5 years has seen a growth, exponential growth of data with the huge volume of data. And we have to do faster analytics. A human cannot look into petabytes or here human being cannot do the analytics completely. For doing faster analytics with the data in different formats, we need only to help us. And for making decisions there also, we need only our AI technology with AI algorithms to help us. So volume of data is very huge. So faster analytics becomes difficult. Data storage becomes difficult. Unstructured data, whatever is there, has to be handled. Or semi-structured data or unstructured data. So all these problems has to be handled, and that is why they went in for this Hadoop. So Hadoop is a platform for structuring big data. It's all platform has helped us in many ways for doing this big data analytics. This Hadoop uses distributed architecture containing many servers with commodity hardware, and Hadoop, basically launched in 2003. This Google launched a project in 2003, and version of Hadoop released. We're having Hadoop platform for helping us. This technology growth has taken so many years from 2003 to for this platform to develop in a full-fledged way. It has taken so many years. So you have a Google file system with MapReduce, and Core Hadoop is a big data tool. It is scalable, uses up to 1,000 missions. I think the technology would have grown much, much higher with hardware failures. So backup was always kept. So each node holds data and process work. It is an open source. So our Hadoop architecture, many of us know already. In that only we have this name node. Then it is nothing but a master mission. Then you have the slave missions, which are nothing but our data nodes. Data nodes with the different tracks, and this Hadoop distributed file system looks like this. This Hadoop stores the entire data set across collection of or in parallel. MapReduce distributes the work and collect the results. And main thing is, you have a server then gives it to the local fragment to give the answer. This is the core Hadoop. You have a MapReduce in the core. It moves the processing to the data instead of moving the data. like Hive, Pig. These are all jobs written in MapReduce. Data sets are in lower level. If you see, you have data sets mapped into key value pairs. Yarn. Now Hadoop version has increased. This is an older version of Hadoop. And we can see the data replication in multiple nodes. As I told, it is used to we are keeping copies of the data because we are distributing it across the different slave nodes. And whenever we are having loss of data, then it will name node. Name node is the heart of the Hadoop system. It manages the file system. And namespace stores the metadata information of data blocks. Periodically copying and merging the namespace image and edit log. You have an edit log which will do that. And here only if there is a sudden name node crash, or take it from its copy. So data node is a place where it stores the block of data and retrieves them. The data node then this job tracker responsibility is to schedule the client jobs. Job tracker creates map and reduce tasks and schedule them to run on the data nodes. The failed task, then it reschedules the failed task to another data node. So this work becomes very important. Whenever there is a failure, this will do the work. This task tracker, it reduce run on the map or reduce task to assign by the name node and report the status to the name node. Status, every time it gives the status of the task to the name node. So our name, you have the secondary node, then you have the storage capacity in the data node. Job tracker takes care that tasks are scheduled among the running the task. And then task tracker runs on the data node. So these 5 are the important components of the Hadoop. These are some of the tools available for many other things come, and NoSQL you have MongoDB which we are using commonly. Then this Cassandra is another NoSQL. This is the HBase architecture where you have the client and the master working. This is the Hadoop HBase, which sample data store that is stored in Hadoop. I'm showing here. See here, this is the data. Basic HRA. So this is the timestamp it is giving for these two. It will keep 3 versions of a back for each row. It keeps a backup with the timestamp. What is this analytics? We have so much huge amount of data with us. Analytics, we call this area as data science, area of analyzing the data. This analytics is a scientific process of transforming data into insight for making better decisions. Is digitized as on date. So obviously with huge amount of data, we have to make some decisions. Only then it will be of use to us. The growth of data analytics, we are able to get a lot of information by sitting in our own place and browsing and web analytics. Basically, we have marketing, revenue, site, and people. People have to be satisfied and visitor. See this. Data. What is data analytics? Upstream analytics is nothing but structured data. Downstream analytics is nothing but unstructured data. We have able to analyze both of them in an efficient way and make a decision. Again, here decision making can be done with the help of AI only. And analysis and decisions. See here. What, why question. This is what it is. Or when we you have information with you, what is happening, you call it as descriptive analysis. How it happened, diagnostic analysis. Okay, and similarly, descriptive analysis, what should I do about it? These are the main things we are looking into in analytics, data analytics. Information, analysis, and we can take an example of any field, medical field, or any field, you can marketing field, any field, you can. Fine. For building data and tools, skills, etc. What are the analytics we do is sentiment analytics we do. See here, how much depth we are going. Structured data, you have proper information and you have everything is clear. Whereas in unstructured data, what we are supposed to do, we are having stream analytics area that has come into existence, and whenever we are searching, we have this ad hoc query analytics in structure. And data discovery, we have only text or word analytics, and with unstructured data, sentiment analysis can be done, and predictive analytics is done in. We know that the enterprise has to handle both types of data. In web analytics, if you see, most of the data will be unstructured only. So analysis and reporting of web data for the purpose of understanding. We can, many of us know that that it is true. People write their views. Doing analytics in the web, we cannot say that all the data that is present in the web is 100%. But you know, maximum, let us think that majority of the information given, there is this poll results and all. We can see that in US polling and all, it has happened. It is a true. Decrease it to 5% to 10%. No, that is not a big issue. So web analytics is important tool for analyzing the business and market. Any website with the web analytics, you know, depending on the web analytics only, you know, they put this this product is very good. Based on their views, they give a result, you know. So based on only we do the web analytics. So how many visitors have come to that website? And performance measurement. All these are the purpose of web analytics. Similarly, social media marketing is the you know, through our social. You know, we do marketing with the, you know, people go into social media regularly. So if we are able to put it, you know, in such a way that, you know, website our website, they will go into our website. This is a strategy in marketing. So we can very well see that social media marketing, we can see. So these are some of the social media which we already know of. Social media marketing, main thing we do is identify the goals, identify the target audience, create. It's a very important role in the social media marketing. You know, presently we are buying everything via net only. You know, this marketing strategy gaining success every day. We can this is some of the snaps. See, we can see the comments. Madam, how much time I have now, ma'am?
Ma'am, it's up to 4 o'clock.
Up to 4 o'clock. Okay. Unstructured data handling, you know, like it becomes a very important problem in data analytics. How do we do this analytics on from social media, the log files, you know, who has logged into our missions, all these data are in unstructured form. So how all these has we are able to analyze it. Now, how this Hadoop handles it? With the Flume, we put them into our data management, which has MapReduce, Cloudera, whatever. Structured data, you know, it goes to ETL, and obviously with our data warehouse and data marts, we are able to analyze it easily. So analytics on this unstructured data becomes has see for a small example on the sentiment analysis. You see, for the a post has been given here. Horrible attitude. So this is a text that is given. Okay, what a horrible company with horrible customer service and horrible attitude. and it is classified as negative. See, another post we have here. Nina was incredibly helpful and definitely made me a lot happier with your this tweet is classified as positive. See, previously, see, this is pertaining to only one. It is considered as positive. See here, another post is classified as a campaign if it is posted as an advertisement. Try our new 4G plan for this month. Classified as company. And here you see that I found the service to be good and prompt. Okay. Another, see, these are all instances where, you know, like you have many types of sentiments involved. So here, these are the 5 sentiment classification we are taking into consideration, and where we are classifying accordingly. See, these are all present in the net given by the customers, and we are trying to these data are coming into picture, and you know, large volumes of data are there, and obviously what happens is we are trying to take those data types we are classifying it accordingly. So unstructured data, consumer data, we know it is they say that it is growing. Analytics is done on this data to make a conclusion or to make a decision. For example, stock exchange data are there. We analyze, etc. So we can see the trend over a period of time. So these analytics will be very useful for us. So this is a sentiment analytics architecture, analysis architecture. Social media sources are there. Then it is going to this big data platform, which has our Hadoop or MongoDB for query, etc. And this data model, analytical models, you have cubes are there for analytics, and we have many tools available for reporting tools are also available. So with this, we will be seeing many outputs. Using this Hadoop platform is very easy as on date. We can, many of us have worked with Veka, with the data mining tool. Integrated Hadoop with that Veka, and they have released a new version where we can use our big data with that, which will be very helpful for big data analytics. It's come into existence. Okay. We can actually this Delta Airlines in US, you know, they have used this for many problems, like uncertainty of where passengers' bag is kept. You know, they have like you know, different companies. They wanted to solve the problem of the customers. Use this data analytics and find a solution by using this data analytics using AI. Similarly, this Google has described this self-driving car as a big data application. They are putting their profiles, etc. No, they are using this big data analytics in a broad manner. For doing this unstructured data analytics, the main tools that are very handy tool. People can just look into that. It is a very handy tool and it is very useful. Previously, I was using MATLAB only, but now I have moved into the Tableau because of Pig and etc. So big data, this data science has a lot of capability to handle large data set. To handle this big data, this file system is used to store and retrieve the data. OLAP, we need analytical tools to bring user-friendly reports. And all these tools are free. In fact, they are free for us. Now, coming to our main theme of what data science has to lot of applications of AI are there. I have specifically concentrated on very specifically concentrated on medical applications. Now, with with the patient monitoring system, the huge amount of data will be collected. Now, how do we use our artificial intelligence for finding how to do analytics easily, how to find a solution for the problem? Everywhere we'll be using AI only. So that we have to integrate both these fields and try to combined usage or hybridization of AI and data science are happening quite recently only. In fact, lot of data science algorithms are there and AI algorithms are used. Mainly deep learning networks are used. So we can see a lot of research is being done in this area everywhere, and area and more opening are there in data science area with a lot of job opportunities. All of us are aware that IITs have started their data science UG for they have floated this year life, and with the learning more and more data science, job opportunity is going to improve for the students. It is a skill development. It is basically a skill development what we try to do. In fact, we have done only last year. So everywhere, with the new technologies, we are with the lab we have introduced. So this is happening in all universities around the world, and with its highest peak. There is no doubt about that. Any questions from the audience?
Ma'am, no questions from the audience, ma'am.
Madam, Dr.
Yeah.
Lata Parthiban, Madam, it was a fantastic session and you have elaborately explained in detail, Madam, about AI and especially the second part of the presentation on data science. You are very patiently explaining and how AI has been changing the scenario of businesses across. And cognitive AI was something which was very eye-opener, as well as new generation medical technologies. You have elaborated nicely medicine also. Growth drivers of AI in healthcare and the potential challenges was clearly explained. In the future Indian scenario, you have highlighted and the Hadoop architecture in your second half of the presentation. Participants have a lot of information and knowledge to take away. And I really appreciate the efforts you have put in to make the slides and present to the audience, Madam. We thank you, the organizers from Sanskriti on their so Sanskriti, thank you from bottom of our hearts, ma'am. I also thank all the participants who have been listening and trying to grab the knowledge from Madam. And we are towards the end of our day two afternoon session. I thank organizers the session at 10 a.m. I request the participants to be joining the session 10 minutes prior to the time, that is at 9:50 for the 10 a.m. session. Thank you, one and all. Again, thanks, Dr. Lata Pratibhan, Madam.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you.
Thank you, madam. Thank